A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. Children learn by an adult's example, not by their words. Depression is like a woman in black. If she turns up, don't shoo her away. Invite her and offer her a seat, treat her like a guest, and listen to what she wants to say. Don't hold on to anyone who's leaving, otherwise you won't meet the one who's coming. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic is alcohol, morphine, or idealism. Every human life contains a potential. If that potential is not fulfilled, then that life was wasted. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. For better to come, good must stand aside. He was afraid needs dependence, as a weakened man needs support. If a man knows more than others, he becomes lonely. If an attractive woman is single, it's because she's smarter than everyone else. If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. If you are a gifted person, it doesn't mean you got something, it means you can give something away. In each of us there is another whom we do not know. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people. Knowledge rests not upon truth alone, but upon error also. Life really does begin at 40. Up until then, you are just doing research. Loneliness does not come from having no people about one, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to oneself, or from holding certain views which others find inadmissible. Man can endure the hardest trials if he sees meaning in them. The whole difficulty lies in creating that meaning. Man cannot stand a meaningless life. Midlife is the time to let go of an overdominant ego and to contemplate the deeper significance of human existence. Most people consider themselves very knowledgeable in psychology for one simple reason: psychology for them comes down to what they know about themselves. People grow like plants, some in light, others in shade. There are many who need shade, not light. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. Shame is a soul-eating emotion. Shrinking away from death is something unhealthy and abnormal which robs the second half of life of its purpose. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents. The healthy man does not torture others generally, it is the tortured who turn into torturers. The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. The soul needs your recklessness, not your wisdom. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. Thinking is difficult, that's why most people judge. To ask the right question is already half the solution of a problem. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. We were born at a given moment in a given place, and like vintage years of wine, we have the qualities of the year and of the season in which we are born. What did you do as a child that made the hours pass like minutes? Herein lies the key to your earthly pursuits. What we walk away from, shying away from, ostensibly forgetting, is dangerously close to us. And eventually it will return, but with redoubled force. Where love rules there is no will to power, and where power predominates love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. Where wisdom reigns there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. Where your fear is there is your task. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. Woe to those who live by examples. There is no life in them. If you live by example, you live the life of that example. But who will live your life but yourself? So live your own life. You are not what happened to you. You are what you chose to become. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do.